I fell asleep at every birthday party, every fire drill, every job interview for 23 years. My mom called it laziness. A stranger at Thanksgiving called it by its real name. The first time I fell asleep in public, I was 8 years old, holding a slice of birthday cake. It was my cousin Mia's party. Streamers, a SpongeBob piñata, 20-something kids streaming in a backyard. I remember the frosting being cold against my fingers. Then I remember nothing. I woke up to my aunt gently lifting the plate out of my lap, everyone staring. My mother's face wasn't worried, it was tight with embarrassment. On the drive home, she didn't ask if I felt okay. She told me I had stayed up too late the night before and that this kind of behavior was unacceptable. My Nintendo was gone for a month. I was 8. I already knew that what happened to me wasn't normal tiredness. Normal tired kids yawn and rub their eyes. They fight sleep. I never fought it. It just took me. Mid-sentence, mid-bite, mid-thought. By middle school, I'd developed a reputation. I fell asleep during a fire drill in 7th grade, standing outside in 38-degree weather, the alarm still screaming through the walls, and I was completely gone, unconscious on my feet until my teacher grabbed my shoulder so hard I bit my tongue waking up. My mother's response when the school called was to remove my bedroom door. She said she needed to monitor whether I was sleeping too much at night, as if the problem was too much sleep, and not the fact that sleep had become something that happened to me against my will. I dug my nails into my palms through every class in high school. I drank gas station coffee before first period. I sat in the front row of every classroom, and still missed entire lectures because I'd be gone for 4, 5, 7 minutes at a stretch and come back to a board full of notes I couldn't account for. I failed 3 classes. My mother told the school counselor I lacked discipline. She told our family I was depressed and too stubborn to accept help. I decided to be better every single morning for years. It never worked because it was never a decision I could make. College was something I survived rather than experienced. I took online courses so I could rewind what I'd slept through. I graduated in 5 years. My mother mentioned this at every holiday dinner, always casually, always with a comparison ready. Your cousin finished in 3.5. She applied herself. I had nothing to say. I didn't have a diagnosis yet. I only had the hollow, exhausting belief that I was fundamentally broken in some way that didn't have a name. I was 23 when everything changed. Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. My uncle had brought his girlfriend Sandra, a physician's assistant I'd met exactly twice. Somewhere around the 40-minute mark, she set down her fork, looked at me with a focused clinical expression, and said, "You've fallen asleep 3 times since we sat down, not nodding off, fully asleep. Are you aware when it happens?" The table went quiet. My mother started to say something about my habits, my sleep schedule, my choices. Sandra raised one hand without looking at her, and my mother stopped talking. Sandra asked me 3 questions. Did I ever go suddenly weak in my legs when something startled me or made me laugh? Did I sometimes wake up unable to move? Did vivid, frightening dreams hit the moment I closed my eyes? Yes, yes. My entire life, yes. Sandra looked at my mother then with an expression I will never stop seeing when I close my eyes. It wasn't anger. It was something quieter and more devastating. The face of someone who has just finished a calculation and is deeply troubled by the answer. "Your daughter has textbook narcolepsy," she said. "This is a neurological condition. Her brain cannot regulate sleep cycles the way yours does. It has almost certainly been this way since childhood." My mother said it seemed like a stretch. Sandra said, "Everything you've spent 23 years interpreting as a character flaw has a diagnosis, and it's treatable." My grandmother was staring at my mother. My uncle was staring at his plate. My mother said, "We didn't know." Sandra said, "She's been telling you something was wrong since she was a child. You chose the explanation that made it her fault." I didn't cry until I was in Sandra's car. She drove me to urgent care herself and arranged the referral personally. 11 days later, I had a diagnosis. 6 weeks after that, medication. On the 3rd morning, I woke up actually rested. Not functional, not surviving. Genuinely rested. I lay in bed and cried for an hour. 23 years. That's how long I was the problem.